What's up, guys? Welcome back to Daniel Talks Football right here on YouTube. I'm Daniel and we are back with another video. In this video we're going to be having a look at Man City because there's an awful lot going on at the moment. They've got some news to do with Bernardo Silva, they've got some news to do with Laporte, and they're also interested in a couple of new midfielders to replace the injured Kevin De Bruyne. Before we do get into the video, please make sure to like the video, comment down below and also subscribe to the channel. Go and follow the TikTok and Instagram Daniel Talks Football on both. Right, a couple of days ago on the channel I came on here and I spoke about Jeremy Doku to Manchester City. This is a deal that's been done, and it looks as if Jeremy Doku will be joining Manchester City for 65 million euros. Good deal. Jeremy Doku was a good player while he didn't perform excellently last season. I think Pep Guardiola can turn him into a really top player, and I think that is a good deal. However, they're not done there in the market. We'll touch on Eze and Nunes later, but these are two signings that they are definitely interested in, and they're definitely looking to get a key midfielder in after the injury of Kevin De Bruyne and obviously the departure of Ilkay Gundogan. Speaking of Ilkay Gundogan and the follow-on effects from that departure, today Bernardo Silva, well today is of recording, yesterday as of you watching this, Bernardo Silva has signed a new contract with Manchester City, signed a new contract until 2026. Manchester City said that there was no chance of them losing the player, especially after they lost Ilkay Gundogan to Barcelona on that free transfer. Apparently there was lots of interest from Saudi Arabia. Apparently Bernardo Silva rejected those offers himself. PSG were in negotiations for the player in June and July, according to Fabrizio Romano, and again, nothing ended up happening there. And then Barcelona were also interested in signing him. However, again, Bernardo Silva has stayed at Man City, signed a new contract until 2026, and I think that's a good move. Losing Gundogan was a big blow to Man City this summer, and they definitely needed to make sure that they could secure Silva's future, or they would have been struggling in that centre midfield area, and it looks like they've managed to do that. Bernardo Silva has signed a new contract until 2026. One player who will be leaving the Citizens, however, is Laporte. Laporte has secured a deal to Saudi Arabia, and it looks like he is going to be the next player moving from Europe to Saudi Arabia. Now, I can see why. Look, last season, Man City had Stones, Akanji, Laporte, Ake and Diaz. They've since added Josko Gvardiol onto that. Now, I know that obviously one of those centre-backs plays at left-back and, you know, whatever, cool. Even still, they've got 5 centre-backs without Laporte. They don't need him there. He's obviously gone to Saudi Arabia. He didn't play much last season either. I'm not surprised to see this move go through. Laporte is a really good player, and I think he's a top centre back. However, I'm not surprised to sort of see this move go through at all. He just wasn't going to get the game time. It's a shame he couldn't have stayed in Europe, but it does make sense him getting this move to Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to say annoyed, but I'm not even surprised either. He's a good centre back, but he did have Saudi Arabia written all over him, really. I would have liked to see him go to another Premier League side. I mean, who could have he gone to? I'm not sure. I would have liked to see him move on it. Maybe he's above the level of Spurs. I would like to see him at Spurs. I think he would have done well in Postecoglou's system. However, he's gone over to Saudi Arabia, and obviously wish him the best luck over there. And then last but not least, as I touched on earlier, they've got interest in new midfielders. Now, we all know about Kevin De Bruyne's injury and how that's going to keep him out for a long time. They're interested in 2 new midfielders. They're interested in Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace. I was going to say QPR then. He's not a QPR anymore. He used to be. And Matthias Nunes from Wolves. Now, as of recording, it's just been confirmed that Man City have sent a €50 million bid to Wolves for Matthias Nunes. Apparently those personal terms have been agreed. Nunes is above Eze in the pecking order of Manchester City as well. They're targeting this Nunes deal first, and that makes sense. They'll only go for one of the players, by the way. But that does make sense. He'll probably be a cheaper option than Eze. And I think he fits the system a little bit more. I think Eze is a very attacking player, whereas Nunes can play in that centre mid role. And I know this is supposed to be the replacement for De Bruyne, but when you've got people like Foden, you've obviously got Bernardo Silva, you've got... What other attacking midfielders do they have? There's somebody else big I'm missing. There's definitely... But either way, I'm not surprised to see them target Nunes. We all knew that Liverpool were interested in Nunes last summer. Obviously, Wolves have these financial issues that their owners come out and spoke about in the open letter to the fans. They need to sell players and they need to make sure that they're suiting FFP. So I'm not surprised to see this happen at all. What do you make to this move if it happens then? Do you think Nunes will be a good fit for Manchester City? Let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you all again in the next video. See ya!